The Honourable Shane Jones.
Mr Chair. 6 minutes past 8. Sir, I think that is evidence. Sir, I think that is evidence. I think that's the evidence of the nature of that member's contribution to his caucus. Sir, but I don't want to go there, sir, because this is a very important bill, and I want to actually respect the contributions that our colleagues have made over there, because we will actually agree with this bill. There are areas, sir, that our colleagues on this side of the House aren't all that flash about, but none of us, sir, are prepared to impede the progress of the bill. And as one of the members residing in Dunedin said, we're probably getting towards the final stages of the committee's consideration of the bill. But, sir, whilst he is a very avid contributor to this debate, I should say that his ability to influence the conduct of the minister in relation to the interests of the people of Dunedin in terms of transport industry development, transport industry production, is somewhere near zero. Now, sir, I've no doubt that he has sought to use his many skills, some which come across with a somewhat haughty tone. He has sought to use them on the Minister of Transport. And so I can understand, because he is dealing with a very tough character, that despite him using every technique of tone, stature, diminished of course, and other skills picked up and expertise sourced from his earlier forays on the rugby field, unfortunately, sir, he has not managed to protect one single transport-related job. He has not improved the safety, sir, and other matters of the workforce who are exposed, sir, to that part of the transport industry, sir, otherwise known as the rolling stock of the railway industry. But, sir, this isn't about railway per se. This is about safety. And so I just want to continue. I was unfortunately interrupted by Tau Henare's contribution of intellect, which was like an empty vessel, loud but vacant. And so just continue on with my brief account of why the royal assent is actually very important. It may cause him to know, sir, that when the royal assent is applied in the land of his ancestors, Scotland, so I personally haven't seen my relation Tau in a tartan skirt. I think I've seen him in a pew-pew. But so anyhow, in that case, the royal assent to a piece of legislation of this nature, sir, is not applied until a 2 or 3 week period of time elapses, enabling, sir, an agency with a constitutional authority to refer the bill to test its legality and its lawfulness to the highest court, I presume the Supreme Court of the United Kingdom. So, sir, when we look at the concept of the royal assent, as I've said earlier, it's traced back, sir, to the concept of Curia Regis, the royal council, sir, which comprised people of bishops, nobility, and people from the boroughs and the shires, sir, popularised by that person, sir, otherwise known as the father of parliamentary democracy, Simon de Montfort. So things that Tau Henare may or may not find of more than passing relevance, sir. Now, we are this evening, sir, coming to the final stages, and we're prepared to usher it forward so it can go to the next speaker. And we do support any initiative that improves the prospects of our young people changing their ways, but of course before they change their ways, a number of us have to dress our own ways. Less said about that, the better. So, and in addition to that, we also will support the Minister and we're disappointed he didn't accept our 2 or 3 amendments, but we'll support this Minister because he's largely carrying forward the seeds of a safety policy originating under the Labour government. He's picked them up, sir. Unfortunately, he's distorted some of the better elements to do with the drinking age, to do with the alcohol limit, should I say, sir, and the point at which our young people should be able to drive legally. But deep down, sir, the underlying momentum has come from the Labour government. We introduced a safety policy. He gave it a new name. And, sir, really the challenge that this Minister's got to address now is to extend safety into the appropriation of the Land Transport Funding Authority's money so that when it is spent, it's spent actually to improve safety. Kia ora.
Mr. Chair.
Kelvin Davis.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, this will be a short call, but I will respond to what Michael Woodhouse said when he spoke about the 15 to 19. He says the research covers 15 to 19-year-olds, and so I think that a new title for this bill could be "Come Down Hard on the 15-year-olds, but sacrifice the 16, 17, 18, and 19-year-olds to the wolves." Because if they were true to their evidence base, their research, they wouldn't have just cut out the 15-year-olds and said let's protect them, because the research, as he stated, covers 15 to 19-year-olds. So I wonder what it is that they've got against 16, 17, 18 and 19-year-olds. Surely they deserve the same protections that the 15-year-olds are going to, as they say, enjoy under this legislation. So to me, it seems really rich that they will die in a ditch for 15-year-olds, but they will sacrifice 16 to 19-year-olds on the roads of New Zealand. And, of course, when the Labour Party comes out with sensible legislation that actually protects people, we're called nanny state. But when the National Party does it, no, we hear from the Minister that they're being pragmatic. It's called pragmatic legislation. Well, pragmatic, nanny state, I think they're synonyms. They'll be found under the same thesaurus, under the same heading. Nanny state and pragmatic, because this daddy state legislation, if they want to call it pragmatic, we'll call it what it really is. It's koro state. The 15-year-old issue is the low-hanging fruit. It was just so easy just to say, well, we don't want to risk a real big public backlash by actually saying that kids can't get or young people can't get their licence until they're 19. Instead, we'll just make it look like we're going to make a real big difference by just targeting those 15-year-olds, and then they don't vote yet, so we're not going to make them upset. But if we actually if we make it harder for the 16, 17, 18 and 19-year-olds to get their licence as well, oops, they may not vote for us. They will see nanny state in action. They will remember come the 26th of November. And so, Mr. Chair, that is what this national government has done. They've just picked the low-hanging fruit. They've targeted the 15-year-olds. They don't care what happens to the 16, 17, 18, 19-year-olds who are also targeted in the research. And, Mr. Chair, I think that's really sad that their values flip-flop, chop and change, depends on which way the polls blow. Kia ora.
Members, we come to the vote on clauses 1 to 3. The question is that clause 1 stand part. Those of that opinion will say aye. Contrary, no. The ayes have it. We now move to the Minister's amendments as set out on SOPs number 226 and 229. The question is that the Minister's amendments be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Contrary, no. The ayes have it. The question now is that clause 2 as amended stand part. Those of that opinion will say aye. Contrary, no. The ayes have it. Members, we come to clause 3. The question is that clause 3 stand part. Those of that opinion will say aye. Contrary, no. The ayes have it. I will report this bill with amendment.
The House is resumed. Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Speaker, the committee has considered the Land Transport, Road Safety and Other Matters Amendment Bill and reports it with amendment. Mr. Speaker, I move that the report be adopted.
The question is the report be adopted. Those of that opinion will say aye. Contrary, no. The ayes have it. This bill is set down for third reading next sitting day. Call on Government Order of the Day number 9.